everybody. We're going to do some scribble drawings today. Grab your ebony pencil, your blending stump, your eraser, and some paper. Something heavier, like if you have your index cards, let's use those. If you don't, we'll just use plain white paper. That's fine. Ready to go? Alright. Okay, grab your ebony pencil and a sheet of paper, and the first thing I want to do are some warm-ups. So when was the last time somebody told you to scribble? How do you scribble? Some people scribble on the whole page. Go for it. Try a little tiny scribbles. I said scriggles. I meant scribbles. So it's some little bitty ones and some big ones, some big circle ones. Flip your paper over. I didn't know I had all that stuff on the back of my paper. Okay, I'd say you're ready to go. Grab another piece of paper, just a little one, and we're going to draw a tree with scribbles. Okay, so what should we do? Let's start with the top of the tree with this one. I'm going to do some little scribbles because I want this tree to look like it has leaves on it. You can do some light ones and some dark ones. This is a good way to practice with your ebony pencil, your lights and darks. Ooh, I'm filling in my whole page here. Alright, let's see if we can put some branches in. Keep your pencil moving. Let's do the trunk of the tree with scribbles. And maybe some grass with scribbles. Got that? Let's try it again. I'm going to pause this because I need to sharpen my pencil. Much better. Okay, let's try this again. Now, the best way to draw a tree is to look at an actual tree. So, remember when we did our continuous line drawings and we put our pencil down on the page and we didn't pick it up until we were done? Let's do that again, only instead of moving really slow, let's move really fast. And practice things like pressing down and lifting up. Because if you look at trees with a lot of leaves on, there's light parts and dark parts, and it's going to look more real if it has those parts. Now I'm scribbling this in. But we can do something to this if we want. Now, don't make your trees all round because most of them aren't. Look at the tree. Look at some trees outside and look how those branches are sticking out and how those leaves are growing. Some of them hang down, some of them stick up. And also, different kinds of trees look different. Some are droopy, some kind of grow upwards, some kind of grow downwards. I'm making this up as I go. So I'm going to put some branches in. Remember, keep your pencil moving. I'm going to just do this to stand for the roots. Okay, now you can do things to this. You can leave it alone because I actually like that a lot. Or you can take your blending stump and blend in parts of it. think about where the light comes in. There might be some darker parts to your tree, right? And it might make a shadow. So maybe, let's say your light is coming in from this way. Maybe your tree makes a little shadow on the ground. And then, if you want to do some more work with it, you can erase out a little bit. Ooh, that looks pretty cool, right? You can have some lighter parts. Maybe where the sun shows through a little bit. Okay. There's another scribble tree. Maybe I want to make the branches a little more pronounced. Maybe I want to make one side of the trunk a little bit darker. Maybe I want to put a little birdie sitting in the tree, singing a song. La. Okay. Let's think about the way different kinds of trees grow. Some trees grow like this. Have you ever seen a tree that looks like that? It's a willow tree. Some people call them a weeping willow tree. Maybe they have a big, they usually have a pretty big trunk. When I was a little girl, I used to call these water fountain trees because I always thought they looked like water. And they really do. Kind of move like that. So when you're doing your scribbles, you're going to do some thoughtful scribbles. You're going to follow the way the branches bend. What other kind of trees are there? You could even put a few little leaves on there if you want. We're not going to do any detail. We're just put some suggestions of detail in. And I'm going to put my, remember the old horizon line, right? That's not too bad of a weeping willow tree. So I have a weeping willow tree, and I have, this might be an apple tree here. How about a pine tree? What does a pine tree look like? There's a lot of different kinds. Sometimes people draw a pine tree that looks like that. Well, you can do that. But if you really look at a pine tree, let's do our scribbles. Think about the way those branches are growing. Look at it very carefully as you're scribbling. So keep looking at your tree that you're drawing. You could look out your window and scribble with your tree. Scribble with the way those branches are growing, or in this case, the way the pine needles are growing. What do you say? You think that looks like a pine tree? Well, this is one kind of pine tree. This is kind of like a spruce tree. And you could put some dark parts if you see them. Press your pencil down. Put some light parts if you see them. Press your pencil down. And usually down at the bottom it's pretty dark because not a whole lot of light is getting here. Pretty cool, right? Scribble trees. So we have a pine tree, a willow tree. I'm not sure what kind of tree. Let's do another kind of pine tree. Let's do the kind of pine tree that has tufts of pine needles. Sometimes pine trees look more like this. They have a tall trunk. So that's a different kind of pine tree. What other kind of trees might there be? How about a poplar tree? Do you know what a poplar tree looks like? Those are the kind of trees that go. They look like a giant feather. And their leaves usually grow up like that. So let's try to scribble a poplar tree. I'm doing this all out of my imagination. I'm not looking at pictures, but I look at trees a lot. The best way to draw trees is to look at them. Look at a real tree that's outside. So let's do this kind of tree. You ever seen trees that look like this? We're going to scribble them and make them light and dark. Sometimes you see the trunk and sometimes you don't. Ta-da! Okay, so you can blend these with your blending stone. If you want. Or you can just leave them alone. You can add some darker parts if you want. Like where you see maybe that trunk is growing up. And I almost always put a horizon line in where the land meets the sky, even if there really isn't one. Sometimes I put a shadow. How about this tree? Horizon line. You know what you could even do? You could even put a little house in the background. With a chimney. And some scribble smoke going up. Isn't that cool? So drawing with squiggles, or scribbles, if you want to call it that. So what do you think? Can you do some scribble drawings for me? It's a lot of fun. Give it a shot. Do some scribble drawings and bring them back and show me what you've done. See you next time. Bye.